Hi, I'm Dr. Pat, and I am so excited about sharing my best day form with you today. Here's what I'd like to do is to walk you through three things. First, I'd like for you to understand the purpose of the tool so that you'll really want to make sure you use it. And then I want you to get familiar with the layout so you'll know how to use it. And then I want to make sure that you know there's some special features that you're going to want to make sure that you take advantage of. Well, let's get started with the big why. I'm the champion of the Best Life community. And in our community, when we think about living our best life now, it is a life that is balanced. And when our life is balanced, it means that we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. It also means that we value time because we recognize that we have this assignment and we don't really know how long we're here to fulfill the assignment. And we don't want to leave without having accomplished our assignment. So we've got to make sure that we are making the best use of our time, and we're doing that every day. So this tool is going to help you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, you're putting yourself first every day, and it's also going to make sure that you stay focused on the things that really matter most so that you're getting the things done each day that you need to. This form is also going to allow you to integrate self-care routines into your day. Now, you were on the webinar where we were talking about routines. So I'm going to ask you to go back and review so that you're making sure that you remember why those routines are so important and what are some of the variables that you want to make sure that you consider as you're putting together your routine. But we want to make sure that every day we are absolutely implementing our morning and evening routines because those are the times that we're really focused on self-care. This tool will also help you to make the changes that you need to make during the course of the day because it's going to alert you to the fact that maybe there's something that I need to do differently today so that I can get the best out of my day. So rather than just sort of mulling along through the day, the tool is going to give you a little alert that's going to help you to say, maybe I need to do some things differently now before the day is done. The tool is also going to help you increase your productivity. Now, you know, we never think we have enough time to do all the things that we need to do. So wouldn't it be great to have a tool that's going to help you to be able to get the most out of your day? Well, that's what our best day form will do. So what is the layout? Now, I've simplified things for you just in the layout because there are 3 columns. And so rather than thinking about just the whole day at one time and just trying to figure out where am I going to put this or that on my schedule, you're now going to look at it in buckets of time. So there's the morning, there's afternoon, and there's evening. Now, why did I break it up that way? Well, first of all, we want to get our day off to a good start. So morning, we want to think about how do we use that time? One of the things that we know is that we want to make sure that we incorporate our routine into the morning so that we're taking care of ourselves. And we're going to get back to that. So morning is important. Afternoon, I don't know about you, but sometimes you can get sluggish in the afternoon, distracted in the afternoon, want to do some other things in the afternoon. And so we want to make sure, though, that we're making the best use of our time in the afternoon. And then there's evening. And we want to end well. If we start well, we should end well. So we want to pay attention to the things that we're doing in the evening. Got it? It's real simple. Morning, afternoon, evening, figuring out how do I spend my time. Here are the features that I was telling you about. Okay, what about mindset? Well, if you're going to be your best, one of the attributes of being your best is having a positive mindset. There's so much that comes from that. And in this form, there are two places where you're going to be reminded to do a mindset adjustment if you need to, and really just a mindset adjustment any old way. In the morning, I have a place for affirmations. And I've included some in my form. For example, I have I am valuable. I am secure. I am accepted. So you can modify this, but those are the features that I have. The affirmations that I have. And then I also have in the afternoon, I have an opportunity for you to use declarations. Now, this tool also gives you an opportunity to assess what you're doing in the course of the day and then be able to course correct before the day is over. And then there is the feature that will really allow you to track time, the length of time that it takes you to complete your tasks and activities. Well, let's hop right to it. Now, to get started, first I want you to really think about what time does your day need to start in order for you to incorporate your morning routine. So again, I'm going to direct you over to the webinar that you were on. Look at that again. Look at what you developed as your routine from that webinar. What are the things that you said you really needed to do in the morning that was a part of your routine? Remember, these are things that are taking care of self that you're going to make sure that you do before your day turns on, before you have to tend to your children or your husband or just even yourself to get out the door. What are the things that you're going to do that no matter what, this is your morning routine, it gets you off to a good start, and you've nourished your mind, body, and spirit. So let's just say if my routine is 15 minutes, then I'm going to need to make sure that I get up early enough so that I can have 15 minutes of time that's just for me before my day gets started. So what does that look like? Well, there is a column that says time and activity. And when you see time, I want you to think about a start time and an end time. So I just said 15 minutes is what I'm going to need. So that would mean if my start time was 6:30, 15 minutes would be 6:45. And during 6:30 and 6:45, I would have defined what my activity is. For me, it happens to be that I am fixing my morning drink, which is some hot water and warm water with lemon and a little apple cider vinegar. But whatever you want to do in the morning for your routine, you want to make sure that you find out how much time it's going to take in the routine so that you can make sure it happens ahead of time. And then throughout the day, everything is going to have a start time and it's going to have an end time. I want you to also make sure that you're scheduling breaks. You just can't work. You get tired, you lose focus, you don't have the energy that you need. So I would suggest that you have 3 to 4 breaks in the course of your day. I have 4. And you schedule it to be anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes, depending upon you, depending upon what's going on in the course of your day. Maybe all your breaks are not the same amount of time. Maybe you have a 10-minute break and then a 15-minute break, but you'll get to decide. The main thing is that you want to work in segments of time. So that could be anywhere from 60 minutes to 120 minutes where you are just working. Sometimes I'm working for 2 straight hours, and let's say that's 8 to 10. Or in this example, you'll see that I am working for an hour and a half. And so from 9:30 to 10, I'm doing one thing. And then from 10 to 11, I'm doing something else. And then 11 to 11:30, I'm doing something else. And then I'm taking my break at 11:30. So I take that back. That was 2 hours. I was working from 9:30 to 11:30, and then I was taking a break. Now, when I take my break, I want to make sure that I specify what's going to happen during my break, because I don't want to be breaking and then trying to figure out, because we want to maximize the use of our time. So remember, our breaks are going to help us to take care of ourselves. So if I've been sitting a lot this day, I might have decided that I'm going to get outside and I'm going to do a walk. I'm going to walk around my office, or I'm going to just stand up and stretch and do some stretches. Or maybe I've decided that it's a time for me to also walk and get some water. Maybe I've decided that I also need to get a snack. So again, you're going to specify what you're going to do during your break, but you're going to definitely take a break, and you're going to take care of yourself on the break. And when you come back from the break, you're going to be energized, focused, and ready to keep going. Now, that customization, remember the feature about affirmations and declarations. Well, maybe you don't want to say in the morning, I am accepted. Maybe that's not an affirmation that you need. So you can go in and you can change the affirmations to yours, whatever you want yours to be. In the afternoon, I have a place for declaration. So I might say something like, I am patient. Maybe somebody's gotten on my last nerve earlier. And so I've got to tell myself, I am patient, so that I won't allow myself to get worked up unnecessarily. So declarations in the afternoon. And again, you can modify. I just give you some ideas of some of the things that I use, and you can modify them. But these are mindset adjustment moments. And when you see them, they just help you to just, redirect your thoughts. And that becomes important, because you want to maintain a positive mindset. Well, what about the end of the day? Well, first of all, you got to do just like the start of the day. You got to decide, when does my day end? And ending is tied to getting sleep, because when we take care of ourselves, we're going to make sure that we get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And we each know whether we're on the short end of that or the long end. But what I do know is we need to get adequate sleep. It's what helps us to be less stressed. It allows us to be more attentive. It's good for attentive. It's good for memory. It's good for health. So all those yummy reasons why you want to make sure you get in bed and get the amount of sleep that you need. Now, we want to couple that now with knowing what our routine is going to be, because just like in the morning, we've got to end the day with a routine. And this routine, again, remember, is all about self-care. So in order for me to get up at 6:30 in the morning, and I only need 7 hours of sleep, I have to be in bed by 11:30. So now I have to think about my routine, and then back into the time that it needs to be on my best day form. So for me, it is clearly that at 10:30, I've got to really move away from other things, TV, talking to friends, or whatever. It's the time now that I've got to really start winding down. My wind down is to focus on something to be grateful for, what went on during my day that I can celebrate. And there's always something, and it's important to end the day on a high note and not focus on the things that didn't go so well. And then and for me, that's 15 minutes. And then after that, it's really all about getting ready for the next day. And getting ready for the next day means I've got to assess the current day. So I get a chance to look and see, did I complete all the things that I needed to? Did some things get off track? And why did they get off track? And what can I do tomorrow that will prevent that? If something has to go over to tomorrow, how do I make sure that gets done? So I'm spending time really now thinking about how to make tomorrow my best day. And I actually complete my best day form so that it's all set, so that when I get up in the morning, I'm ready to start the day. I'm not starting the day with having to take time away from the day to plan for the day. So my end time for assessment and getting that form completed is 11:15, which just gives me 15 minutes to take off makeup, get in my jammies, and hop in the bed. So you'll want to figure out how you need to end your day so that you can get the right timing. Now, the good news is that looking at the start end time will help you when things don't, if you don't, like let's just say I find myself not getting through my assessment in 30 minutes, then that meant I underestimated how long it takes to evaluate my day. And I need to then make adjustments. And maybe instead of it being 30 minutes, it needs to be 45 minutes, which means that backs everything up. Maybe I have to make sure my day ends at 10:15. So it's trial and error till you get, the knack of it. I love the fact that you're going to be able to adjust your time because you're going to really be paying attention to whether you're able to complete things within the time frame that you have estimated. You've got the sample form, so make sure you pull it out and, spend some time looking at it in relationship to all the things that I have explained. And I think it'll just give you, some guidance of how to get started yourself in completing your best day form. And I want you to make sure that you stay in touch. This is a new tool and I want to hear how it's working. So if you've got questions, please make sure that you ask me. If you have some suggestions, which I would welcome, if there are ways that you think the tool could be tweaked so that it could be even better, shoot those my way too. I would love for you to share the form with others, tell somebody that, hey, this is what I'm using, try it out, see if it works. I would love to get other people using the form and sharing feedback with me. And most importantly, I really want to also know your successes. So when you're having your best day, what happened? Were you more focused? Did you get more things done than normal? When you got things done, did you feel better? Did you, were you happier? Did you lose weight? Were you more productive? Just share with me the things that you observe as a result now of using your best day form and staying focused on each and every day and each and every moment, making sure that your best time is indeed now. Well, you can reach out to me if you're a member of the Best Life community. You know that under my profile picture, you can just click a button and you can ask me a question and I'll get back to you, or you can shoot me over a message and you'll hear from me. So take advantage of that. If you're not in the Best Life community, then make sure that you email me at drpat@bestfast.org. Now, if you haven't watched the webinar and you're watching this and you really want the best day form, then again, just shoot me an email if you're not in the community. And if you're in the community, you can just go to Best Tools and you'll find it there. So I would love for you to join the community if you're not, and especially if you want to live your best life now, because that's what this community is really all about. There'll be opportunities for you to get information about events and meet different experts and be motivated to be your best and have access to different webinars and products that I'm developing. And if you're a member of the community, those products will always be 10% off for you. And sometimes you'll get even a more special benefit from the tool. So join the Best Life community if you aren't already. At the end of the day, it really is all about you bringing your best each and every day so that you can really live your best life now. And remember that only your best is good enough. Have a great day and make it your best.